Today we will see how to apply Rankine's theory to find out total active earth pressure and locate its point of application. So this is the question. A gravity ball retains 12 meter of backfill. Its unit weight is 17.7 kilonewton per cubic meter. Angle of internal friction is 25 degree with a uniform horizontal surface. Assume the wall interface to be vertical. Determine the magnitude and point of application of the total active earth pressure in natural condition of the backfill. If the water table is at 6 meter depth from the ground surface, how far do the magnitude and point of application of active earth pressure changed? Take gamma submerged as 10 kilonewton per cubic meter. So here, this is the retaining wall. Its height is 12 meter. It has retained this backfill. This backfill in its natural condition has unit weight 17.7 kilonewton per cubic meter with angle of internal friction 25 degrees. Here cohesion is not mentioned, hence soil is cohesionless soil. In this condition, we want to find out what will be the magnitude of total active earth pressure acting on this wall. So also we want to locate where this total active earth pressure will be acting. So its point of application and its magnitude. These two things we are required to find out. At the same time, they have given condition 2. So in condition 2, what we need to do? We need to find out again the total active earth pressure and its point of application, but the water table is given. Water table is at the depth 6 meter below the ground surface. So here the water table is existing at this depth. This is 6 meter below the top ground surface. So when this situation prevails, what will be its effect on the total active earth pressure and what will be the effect on the location of point of application of the total active earth pressure. These two things we want to find out. So what will be the simple approach for the solution? The simple approach will be, first we have to find out coefficient of active earth pressure. Second, we will be finding out total active earth pressure in case of natural condition without considering the water table. Let us say it is the dry condition. Thereafter we will locate the point of application of this total active earth pressure in condition 1. In this way, the results of condition 1 will be ready with us. After that, we will go for the condition 2, in which water table we will be considering, submerged unit weight which is given, that will be considered for the calculation of total active earth pressure. We will calculate its value. So also we will locate its point of application. Thereafter, we will compare the values. Value of total active earth pressure in condition 1 and its value in condition 2. What is the difference? That we will see. Second, when we will locate the point of application of active earth pressure in condition 1 and condition 2, what is the difference in the location? That also we will quantify. Alright, so let us go for the solution. So in this question, data given is unit weight of the soil 17.7 kilonewton per cubic meter. Submerged unit weight of the soil is 10 kilonewton per cubic meter. Angle of internal friction is 25 degree. This is the retaining wall which we have drawn. Its height is 12 meter. Water table is at 6 meter height from the base of the retaining wall. What is the first condition? The first condition is we want to find out active earth pressure in the natural condition without this water table. That means in dry condition. So let us try to draw pressure diagram for this. Here, this is going to be the baseline for the pressure diagram, and soil will exert a triangular pressure on this retaining face. So let us draw that pressure distribution, which will be triangular. It will be like this. So it will be 0 at the top and maximum at the bottom. The direction of pressure would be towards the wall. It will be like this. In which condition we are drawing this pressure diagram? The condition is dry. That means we have not considered this water table. Complete 12-meter backfill is dry soil. Okay. Now the base of this triangle will have the max value of the pressure. What will be this? It is going to be Ka multiplied by unit weight multiplied by capital H. Ka is coefficient of earth pressure in active condition. Gamma is unit weight of the soil. H is the total height of this wall, which is 6 meter. So our first job is to find out Ka. Let us find out that. So first we will find out coefficient of earth pressure. In which condition? In active condition. How to find out Ka? It is very simple. Ka is equal to 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi. Okay, what is the value of phi? Value of phi is 25 degree. Hence, Ka is equal to 1 minus sin 25 divided by 1 plus sin 25. Solve this and get the value of coefficient Ka. Get the answer. The answer comes out to be 0.406. This is our coefficient of active earth pressure. After this, we have to find out the maximum value of earth pressure which will act at the base of the retaining wall when water table is not considered. Let us go for that. So lateral earth pressure at the base of the wall. How to calculate PA? PA will be 0.406 multiplied by 17.7 multiplied by total height 12 meter. Solving this, get the value of PA. That will be the active earth pressure at the base of the wall. So it comes out to be 86.2 kilonewton per meter square. Alright, now this is just the base of this triangle. Our objective is to find out the total pressure, total active earth pressure. What will be total active earth pressure? It will be the area of this pressure diagram. What is area of pressure diagram? It's a triangle. So half base into height. Let us find out total active earth pressure. Total active earth pressure is equal to capital PA and the formula is area of the triangle half base. What is base? Base is small pa. Recently we have found out multiplied by height h. So half base into height. This is equal to half multiplied by PA. How much is PA? PA is 86.2. So this is going to be 86.2 multiplied by height h. H is this complete 12 meter. Hence, total active earth pressure capital PA is equal to 517.2 kilonewton per meter length of the wall. So after calculation, PA comes out to be 517.2 kilonewton per meter length of the retaining wall. This is PA. Where this PA will act, its point of application will be somewhere over here. This is going to be PA, and this height at which this total active earth pressure is acting is going to be capital H divided by 3. total height is 12 meter, divided by 3 means 4 meter. So this distance is going to be 4 meter. In what way we will write here then? PA 517.2 kilonewton per meter length of the wall, it is acting at 4 meter distance or height from the base of the wall. Okay, so with first part we are over. We are finished with total active earth pressure and its height of point of application. Now in the second case, when water table is at 6 meter height from the base of the wall, we want to find out what will be the total active earth pressure first. Second, where the point of application of that total active earth pressure will be. This is second. Third, what is going to be the difference between this active earth pressure in dry condition and that new active earth pressure when the soil is submerged. Fourth point which we want to find out, wherever that total active earth pressure in condition 2 is acting, at what height it is acting, that we need to calculate, and difference between that height and this h by 3, this height, we want to find out that difference. Okay, so let us go for that. In this condition also we have to draw a pressure diagram. In what way it will be drawn? It will be drawn in this way. This is going to be the vertical line on which the pressure is going to act. 6 meter portion, this top 6 meter portion is dry portion and bottom 6 meter portion is submerged portion. Hence, we have to draw two separate diagrams for dry portion and for submerged portion. Let us begin with the dry portion. So, consider this level, that is 6 meter level, and plot the pressure diagram. The pressure diagram or distribution of pressure would be triangular from 0, that is from the ground surface, to this 6 meter. This is the level of water table, right? So up to this, it is going to be dry soil. Thereafter, same pressure would be taken down. Same pressure would be taken down. So this is going to be a rectangle. Thereafter, this submerged unit weight of the soil, how much it is? 10 kilonewton per cubic meter. Using that unit weight, we have to plot another triangle in which we will be directly showing the pressure due to this submerged unit weight. Again, it will be a triangular distribution. So how will it look? It will look like this. Okay, so this variation is different from this variation. Okay, it is not the line which we have continued. Please remember this. So this way, this portion is responsible for pressure due to submerged unit weight, and this much portion of pressure diagram is responsible for pressure due to dry unit weight. Alright, now since the soil is submerged, water will also exert pressure on this wall, but water will exert pressure only on the bottom 6 meter height. Hence, we have to show pressure diagram for water as well. So this is 6 meter height and hydrostatic pressure distribution will be like this. Okay, so this diagram is applicable to natural condition of the soil. This small triangle is applicable to submerged condition of the soil, and this triangle is for hydrostatic distribution of water pressure. Alright, now which value will be having what magnitude? Observe, this is 6 meter, unit weight is 17.7. Hence, we have to find out magnitude of base of this triangle, this much. How much will it be? It is going to be Ka times gamma multiplied by H1. What is H1? Consider this 6 meter as H1. Okay, thereafter this is a rectangle, hence same pressure would come down here. So this quantity would also be Ka times gamma multiplied by H1. Once we get this, we will remove this. Alright, thereafter pressure due to submerged unit weight. So this bottom portion of the triangle, base of the triangle, how much will it be? It is going to be Ka, that is coefficient of active earth pressure, multiplied by submerged unit weight multiplied by H2. What is H2? H2 is this 6 meter again. Okay, for water, what will be this base? That base is going to be gamma W multiplied by H2. Consider gamma W as 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. H2 is 6 meter. Okay, so let us find out these values. What are the values of these pressures for respective condition of the soil? Let us calculate that. So lateral earth pressure on this wall in this condition would be termed as Pa. Again, this is small pa, okay, is equal to this Ka multiplied by gamma multiplied by H1, Ka multiplied by gamma multiplied by H1 plus Ka multiplied by gamma submerged multiplied by H2 plus gamma W multiplied by H2. Substitute the appropriate values. Ka we have found out 0.406, hence 0.406 multiplied by unit weight in natural condition 17.7 multiplied by H1 top 6 meter, okay, plus second term Ka again 0.406. This Ka will not change in submerged condition because same phi value is given for both the situations. Hence, we can use same coefficient of earth pressure in both the conditions. Therefore, 0.406 gamma submerged, it is 10 multiplied by H2 6 meter plus gamma W 9.81 multiplied by H2 6. Okay, solving this we will be getting value of Pa. So please get the value of Pa and put it into this box. Thus it comes out to be 126.4 kilonewton per meter square. So what is this Pa? Pa is nothing but addition of this pressure and this pressure. So it is the base of the pressure distribution diagram. Our objective is to get total pressure. How to find out total pressure? It is very straightforward. Find out the area of this figure and this figure, add them together. There are 4 shapes in this diagram. First is this triangle, second is rectangle, third is this triangle, and fourth is this triangle. So find out the areas and add them. Let us go for the calculation. Now total active earth pressure per meter run is calculated by adding the areas of all these components of pressure diagram. So capital Pa, that is equal to area of this upper triangle. It will be half base into height. Height is 6 meter and how much is base? Base is this quantity. Okay, so it will be written as half, base is 0.406 multiplied by 17.7 multiplied by 6. This is the base and height is 6 meter. Okay, now come to rectangle. This is a rectangle. Its width is Ka into gamma into H1 and height is 6 meter. So here this will be equal to plus 0.406 multiplied by 17.7 multiplied by 6. This quantity is width multiplied by the height. So this is area of rectangle. Thereafter, area of this triangle. Half base, which is Ka, gamma submerged into H2, multiplied by height. So here this will be plus half, base is 0.406 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 6 multiplied by height of the triangle. This is 6 plus area of this triangular pressure distribution for water, which is half base into height again. So this is going to be half, base is 9.81 multiplied by 6 meter multiplied by the height, that is 6. This way, solve these four terms, add them together and finally obtain total active pressure per unit length as capital PA. Let us calculate. So it comes out to be PA equal to 637.8 kilonewton per meter run of the wall. Okay, so this is the pressure, total pressure when soil is submerged up to 6 meter depth, and earlier we have found out pressure when the soil is fully dry. So what is the difference between this pressure and that pressure? That will be the additional pressure exerted due to the change in condition of the soil. Let us find out that. So additional pressure delta PA will be this value, 637.8 minus 517.2. So the value comes out to be 120.6 kilonewton per meter length of the wall. This is the additional pressure which this retaining wall will experience. Now next job is to note the change in the position of final active pressure that will be acting on the wall. In previous case, the pressure was acting at h/3 distance. Here we have to locate where the total pressure would act, its point of application, for which we have to apply the conditions of moment. That is, the moment produced by each component area about the base should be equal to the moment produced by total area about the base. For that, what we have to do? We have to show the forces. Consider this first triangle. So its resultant will be acting here. Okay, let us call this as A1, area 1. Area 1 will be half base into height. Similarly, this is a rectangle. This is its center. So A2 will be acting here. For this triangle, A3 will be acting here. And for this water pressure, this is going to be A4. What does this A1 mean? It means it is the area of this pressure diagram. A2 means area of this rectangular pressure diagram. Similarly, A3 and A4 are the areas of the pressure diagrams. Can we not show their points of application, heights of their points of application? This first triangle, on this triangle here we will be having this distance as h1/3 and this distance is h2. Hence, if I want to take moment of A1 about the base, for A1 the lever arm will be h1/3 plus h2. Alright, so A1 multiplied by h1/3 plus h2, that will be the equation. For A2, this is the center of this rectangle, hence this height is going to be h2 divided by 2, which will be the lever arm when we find out the moment. hence A2 multiplied by H2 by 2. Similarly, for A3 we have to find out this moment arm. Moment arm is nothing but distance of this CG with respect to base. It comes out to be H2 by 3, and same distance or height we will be getting for the last triangle. Hence, A1 multiplied by this much distance, first moment, A2 multiplied by this distance, second moment, A3 multiplied by this distance, third moment, A4 multiplied by this distance, fourth moment. Add these moments together and equate it to the total area multiplied by the distance y. Let us say the total pressure is here, which is PA. How much it is? What is its value? Its value is 637.8. Okay, so this is 637.8 kilonewton per meter, and let us say this vertical distance is y. Hence, moment produced by total pressure will be PA multiplied by y. So, equate this moment with the algebraic sum of moments of component areas and get the distance y. Let us go for the calculation. Thus, point of application of total active pressure we are finding out 637.8 multiplied by y, moment of total area about the base, that is total pressure about the base. This is the total pressure and its moment is PA into y. So, that is what we have written here on left hand side. On right hand side, 129.3 multiplied by 8. This 129.3 is A1 and 8 meter would be, this is 6 plus H1 by 3 means 6 by 3, that is 2 meter. So, 6 plus 2 meter, so 8 meter. 258.6 multiplied by 3. 258.6 is A2, this area of rectangle, and this is 3 meter. Okay, that is H2 by 2. Thereafter, this is third area A3, its value is 73.2, and this is H by 3, that is 6 by 3. For fourth area, due to water pressure, this is 176.7 multiplied by again H by 3, that is 2 meter. Solving this, we will be getting value of y. So, get the value of y. That y will be the location or height at which the PA, the total pressure, total active pressure will act. Get the value. The value comes out to be 3.62 meter. Okay, this is from the base. This is from the base. Now, if you could recollect, in first condition when the soil is dry, the total pressure was acting at H by 3 distance. That is what we wrote. H by 3 means 6 plus 6, 12 divided by 3. Hence, in condition 1, Y1 was 12 divided by 3, which was 4 meter. Okay, but in this case, that is condition 2, for convenience we will label this as Y2. Okay, so this is Y2. In condition 2, Y2 comes out to be 3.62 meter, means height in condition 1 was 4 meter, in condition 2 it is 3.62 meter. So, by how much distance this total pressure point of application has gone down? We will see that. It is nothing but difference between the heights. Hence, change in position of the point of application okay, that is equal to, that is delta y, it will be equal to y2 minus y1. How much is y2? y2 is 3.62 0.62 and y1 is 4 meter. So what will be the final value? It is delta y equals to minus 0.38 meter minus 0.38 meter. What does this negative sign indicate? It indicates that the location has gone down with respect to its initial position. So that is correct. Initially it was 4 meter and now it is 3.62 meter. Hence the point has shifted down. So this minus sign indicates that particular concept. So this way we can find out total active pressure when the soil is dry, or whenever we will be having this water table at some depth. At the same time we can find out the difference between the pressure and so also the difference between the points of application of the total pressure. Alright, so this is the solution. Thank you.